Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell.
For today's video is all about different types of fancy chicken. More than 1,600 different chicken breeds are recognized worldwide. They are the result of centuries of natural selection, crossbreeding and breeding within flocks. First in the list is Brahma. Brahma is an American breed of chicken. It was bred in the United States from birds imported from the Chinese port of Shanghai, 78, and was the principal American meat breed from the 1850s until about 1930. The Brahma was the principal meat breed in the United States from the 1850s until about 1930. Some birds were very large, weights of about 8 kilograms 18 pounds, 4 cocks, and 6 kilograms 13 pounds 4 hens were recorded. Second on the list is standard size Cochin Ball and bantam size. The large Cochin is a breed of large domestic chicken. It derives from large feather-leg chickens brought from China to Europe and North America in the 1840s and 1850s. It is reared principally for exhibition. It was formerly known as Cochin China. Like the Brahma, the Cochin derives from very large feather-legged chickens brought from China to Europe and North America in the 1840s and 1850s. These were at first known as Shanghai birds, and later as Cochin chinas. Like the Brahma, the Cochin derives from very large feather-legged chickens brought from China to Europe and North America in the 1840s and 1850s. These were at first known as Shanghai birds, and later as Cochin chinas. Cochin bantams were introduced to the United States around 1850 from China. Cochin bantams are friendly, docile chickens that tend to be submissive when kept with more aggressive breeds. They require good quality feed and mature in 2 years. They make good pets and are excellent brooders because of their calm, maternal nature. Cochin bantams are friendly, docile chickens and tend to be submissive. The Cochins were introduced to the US around 1850 from China. They require good quality feed, make remarkably good pets, and make excellent brooders because of their calm, maternal nature. The next one is the modern game bantam. The modern game is a breed of ornamental chicken, which originated in England between 1850 and 1900, purely an exhibition bird. Modern game were developed to be most aesthetically pleasing, and to epitomize the visual appeal of the gamecock or fighting cock. After cockfighting was made illegal in Britain in 1849, many cockfighting enthusiasts turned to breeding for shows as an alternative poultry hobby, and the modern game was developed from crosses of Old English game and Malays. 131 despite being classified as game chickens, i.e. of cockfighting derivation in breed standards. Modern game were not bred to fight. Today, the ideal show bird should have a body shaped like a flat iron when seen from above, a relatively short back, fine tail, hard feathering, and a very upright carriage. The breed appears in more than a dozen color variations, the most common being black-red, Birken, brown-red, duck-wing pile. The colors can be broadly divided into two groups: those with willow-colored legs and red eyes, and those with black legs and dark eyes. The color of the skin, comb, and wattles varies from red to mulberry depending on variety, but all have a small single comb. Combs and wattles are required to be dubbed cut off of all cocks, and any cockerels being shown after November 1st, in order to compete in showing in some countries, which reflects their descent from fighting birds. According to the standard of the Poultry Club of Great Britain, standard-sized cocks weigh 3.2024.10 kilograms, and hens 2.25 to 3.20 kilograms, while bantams weigh 572-620 g and 450 to 510 g respectively. 2. The bantam version is the most popular among poultry fanciers. They are almost exclusively kept by competitive breeders. In temperament, they are friendly and curious towards people, and are easily tamed. For this reason, the modern game is considered a suitable pet for the suburban poultry keeper. The next on the list is Japanese Chabo. Japanese Bantam, or Chabo Japanese, is a Japanese breed of ornamental chicken. It is a true Bantam breed, meaning that it has no large fowl counterpart. It characterized by very short legs, the result of hereditary chondrodystrophy, and a large, upright tail that reaches much higher than the head of the bird. The Japanese Bantam has very short legs. This trait is caused by the creeper gene, CP, which displays the standard behavior of recessive lethal alleles. When short-legged birds are bred, 25% of the embryos are homozygous for the lethal allele, and die in shell, 50% are heterozygous and develop into short-legged birds. The remaining 25% are homozygous for the non-lethal allele and develop longer legs, making them unsuitable for showing. Long-legged birds bred to each other cannot produce short-legged offspring. In Japan, a number of types are recognized. These include the Okina chabo, which is bearded, to varieties of Higo chabo, the Dorama and Taken. Both with an unusually large comb, the Taken has a normal chabo tail. That of the Dorama is shorter, and the Shingaro chabo, or black-skinned black, which is entirely black, with black skin like that of a silkie. Next on the list is Hamburg. The Hamburg, Dutch, Hollandshoen, German, Hamburger, is a breed of chicken which is thought to have originated in Holland, sometime prior to the 14th century. The name may be spelled Hamburg in the United Kingdom and in Australia. The Hamburg is a small or medium-sized breed. Cocks weigh to 2.5 kilograms and hens about 1.6 to 1.8 kilograms, with slender legs and a neat rose comb. Ring size is 16 mm for cocks and 15 mm for hens. 11 different color varieties are recognized in Germany and Holland, including silver-spangled, gold-spangled, gold-penciled, citron-penciled, silver-penciled, white, black and citron-spangled. 6 of these are included in the American Standard of Perfection. Penciled breeds are smallest and self-colored birds are largest. There are also Bantam Hamburgs. Next on the list is Sultan. The Sultan is a Turkish breed of crested chicken. The name derives from the original Turkish language name of Saray Tavuk, which translates as fowls of the palace. They have always been primarily ornamental, having been kept in the gardens of Ottoman Sultanate. In the West they are bred for competitive showing as part of poultry fancy, and are generally a rare sight. The breed was first exported from its native country in 1854. When Amies Elizabeth Watts of Hampstead, London brought a small flock to Britain, it was seen in North America by 1867 and was recognized officially by acceptance into the American Poultry Association's Standard of Perfection in 1874. Next on the list is US Silkie. The Silkie, also known as the Silkie or Chinese silk chicken, is a breed of chicken named for its atypically fluffy plumage, which is said to feel like silk and satin. The breed has several other unusual qualities, such as black skin and bones, blue earlobes, and 5 toes on each foot, whereas most chickens have only 4. They are often exhibited in poultry shows, and also appear in various colors, in addition to their distinctive physical characteristics. Silkies are well known for their calm and friendly temperament. It is among the most docile of poultry. Hens are also exceptionally broody and care for young well. Next on the list is Vorwerk. The Vorwerk is a breed of chicken originating in Germany, though it is unrelated to the German company which produces the Vorwerk vacuum cleaner. It is the only chicken to share its name with a brand of household appliance, a rare fowl. It has distinctive black and gold plumage. Beginning in 1900, poultry breeder Oskar Vorwerk began to create a medium-sized, utilitarian fowl with the belted plumage pattern of the Lakenvelder. The key difference in appearance would be the Vorwerk's dark golden base color, rather than the white of the Lakenvelder. Next on the list is Polish. The Polish or Poland is a European breed of crested chickens, known for its remarkable crest of feathers. The oldest accounts of these birds come from the Netherlands. Their exact origins are unknown, however. In addition to combs, they are adorned with large crests that nearly cover the entirety of the head. This crest limits their vision, and as a result can affect their temperament. Thus, though normally tame, they may be timid and easily frightened. Next on the list is salmon Faverolles. The Faverolles is a French breed of chicken. The breed was developed in the 1860s in north-central France, in the vicinity of the villages of Houdon and Faverolles. The breed was given the name of the latter village, and the singular is thus also Faverolles, not Faverolles. The final S is silent in French. Faverolles were originally bred in France as a utility fowl, used for both eggs and meat, but are now primarily raised for exhibition. Next on the list is Rosecomb Bantam. The Rosecomb is a breed of chicken named for its distinctive comb. Rosecombs are bantam chickens, and are among those known as true bantams, meaning they are not a miniaturized version of a large fowl. Rosecombs are one of the oldest and most popular bantam breeds in showing, and thus have numerous variations within the breed. An ornamental chicken, they are poor egg layers and not suited for meat production. The Rosecomb is one of the oldest bantam breeds of chicken. The earliest surviving records of the breed are from the 14th century in Britain, though it may have another point of origin. Their popularity as an ornamental breed first took flight after King Richard III began to raise them. Their popularity among poultry enthusiasts continued into the 19th century, and Rosecombs were shown at the first North American poultry exhibition in 1849, as well as being admitted into the first edition of American Standard of Perfection in 1874. Today, their widespread keeping by breeders persists. Rosecombs are almost exclusively kept for competitive poultry showing, and their characteristics reflect this. Males generally weigh 570 to 620 g, 20 to 22 ounces, and females 450 to 510 g, 16 to 18 ounces. However, adult birds are generally hardy and active. Unlike the majority of chickens, Rosecombs are good flyers. They are also usually friendly birds, but cocks may be aggressive. Next on the list is Sebright. The Sebright Cibrot is a British breed of bantam chicken. It is a true bantam, a miniature bird with no corresponding large version, and is one of the oldest recorded British bantam breeds. It is named after Sir John Saunders Sebright, who created it as an ornamental breed by selective breeding in the early 19th century. The first poultry breed to have its own specialist club for enthusiasts. Sebrights were admitted to poultry exhibition standards not long after their establishment. Today, they are among the most popular of bantam breeds. Despite their popularity, Sebrights are often difficult to breed, and the inheritance of certain unique characteristics the breed carries has been studied scientifically. As a largely ornamental chicken, they lay tiny, white eggs and are not kept for meat production. Next on the list is Cow Chameau. Cow Chameau are the most popular of the small Chameau breeds, none of which have large fowl counterparts, and none of which should be referred to as Chameau bantams. They are strong, muscular little birds with very sparse plumage. Slightly differing types are considered to be correct in Japan, their country of origin, and there will probably always be some variation here too. The most important attributes should be character and attitude. Strong head and beak, prominent shoulders, very short, hard feathers and a tiny prong tail. The Cow Chameau chicken is unrelated to the other Chameau chicken breeds despite their similar names. In Japan, the Cow Chameau chicken is also known as small Chameau. There are different types of Cow Chameau chicken, including Gahigo Nankin Chameau, Kinpa, and Nankin Chameau, each with unique features and standards. Next on the list is Barboudi Anvers. The Barboudi Anvers, Dutch, Antwerp's Barred Kriel, is a breed of bantam chicken from Belgium. It is a true bantam and has no full-sized counterpart. Males weigh about 700 grams and hens about 600 grams. The Barboudi Anvers is one of the oldest bantam breeds and is thought to have originated in the province of Antwerp, French Anvers, in northern Flanders. The Barboudi Anvers has a tailless variant, the Barboudi Grub, and is the predecessor of other Belgian bantam breeds such as the Barboudi Ukkel and the Barboud Deverbog. Lastly on the list is Serama. The Serama Malay, Ayam Serama, also called the Malaysian Serama, is a bantam breed of chicken originating in Malaysia within the last 50 years. Serama originate in the Malaysian state of Kelantan, apparently through the crossing of Japanese and Malaysian bantams. Other stories of the birds derived from a gift of some small chickens by the king of Thailand to a local sultan in ancient times. Small chickens have always been popular pets in this area and are often referred to as Ayam Katik pygmy chickens and Ayam Kantik pretty chickens. The Serama are characterized by their upright posture, full breast, vertical tail feathers held upright and tight up to the body and vertical wings held down, nearly touching the ground. In Malaysia, they are described as brave warriors and archangel chickens because of their very human-like appearance. They are the smallest breed of chicken in the world. Seramas are typically under 500 grams 18 ounces, but even smaller birds weighing under 250 grams 8.8 ounces have been bred in its native Malaysia. However, size alone does not define a Serama. A small chicken without the Serama type is not a Serama, but just another small bantam. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.